Okay, I found an old book that's like from 1999, I think. And so I'll read the writings that I have in here. Some I did in India and some I did in Mexico. But Rishikesh. Once a place of rishis, where has it gone? Ashrams spring up, selling momentary virtue, tourist shops hawking Hari Om, and beggars abound, posing as sadhus. Seekers come chasing the show, gathering postures, malas, and books, yet not savoring one moment of stillness, dragging new trophies and stories back home, eyes pining for the next travel and retreat. Is everything for sale in Rishikesh? Finally, hidden in the madness of few gems. Two sadhus, watching the Ganges flowing by, sitting on the steps of a ghat. One approaches in saffron and starts the asking for clothes, for chai, for this, for that. I tell him, go do sadhana and don't waste your breath on me. Another comes and cries for shoes. His are worn and do not match, but all pleas fall on deaf ears. I simply watch the transient show go by. Finally, watching two on the ghat steps down into the Ganges, and they go first bathing, then starting their prayers. No fanfare, no asking. Prayers finished, tilaks are painted, mantras said. So silently, a 50 rupee note is laid at their feet. Thanking God, packing their meager possessions, they get ready to move on. A sadhu's need is filled by God, not begging. Simply as needed, it appears. Hands lifted in celebration and blessings, greetings are said, and then they move on. True sadhus ask not. They simply carry on their devotion to God, and the universe dances with them in glad assent. Liberation. Liberation is simply being with each moment as it comes, not clinging to heaven, nor running from hell, but knowing the eternal now as it is. What are they chasing? People are so gullible in what they see. Someone doesn't speak, and they are worshipped with reverence, yet the one they worship's mind is racing. Mon is a stilled and silent mind. That one may be dancing and singing, and yet it's still Mon. A charismatic show and demeanor, and that guru takes those that comes and gives them singing and dancing with an uplifting talk thrown in, and they foolishly call him a great guru. Yet they go back to their lives, not freed from anything except some cash. They put up his picture and long for another vacation from the world to be in his holy presence. The Jivan Mukti that has found the way is passed over as ordinary, for they no longer need to create any show. Kali Yuga is filled with blind beggars. Papaji. Oh, Papaji, how sad you must be, for the ones who ride the wave of fame have taken your words and caught only the surface waves. They say simply be still for 1 second, and yet they speak not of diving into the eternal still moment beyond time and space. They speak only of stopping the inner dialogue for a moment and feeling a minor rush. Then they claim you have tasted the divine. Playing to egos, their fame has grown, and your timeless message is diluted and wasted. The hidden and well-placed treasures you gave were thrown away, glossed over by most. And yet, there is one. Thank God for that one, for he took me from darkness to light. That second of silence drew me in and never let me go, but rather killed the illusion that was called self. The blessed silence never goes. Shanti Maha Shanti Om. This is a page of Kabir. You would do better to spend one day with a weaver than a lifetime in Rishikesh. Okay. Kabir, the master at stripping a situation bare to the bone. While alive they cursed him. When dead they fought over him. Egos cannot bear to hear the living truth when it can answer back. Yet praise it once it cannot reply. Living honesty is not valued. It is only repeated later. Darkness curses light. Seekers curse those that have found. Rather than hearing light, which is known, they would rather debate their own understanding with the other ego-bound illusions of relative blindness. For the blind can perhaps fool another blind cripple into believing that they possess something or other of worth. Yet a sighted one knows pebbles from gems. Egos cannot bear to hear the truth of their folly when it is rather a key to unlock liberation. The stilled mind. A stilled mind chases nothing. A simple peace is there. It does not come nor go. It does not rise nor fall. Nothing remains to push away. There is no eye that catches its attention or holds its interest. If a thought floats by, it's empty in nature and not worth seeking out. It is not dull, but holds no place of importance. Only is remains. What is mind? Empty illusions of past. So this is when there were still, before the total settling, when there was still every once in a while a little blip of something that would float by. Okay. But that ends. Nataraj dances. Krishna plays his flute. When the world passes out of view, the jaws of death and self fall away. What remains is the cosmic dance. The dancer simply moves in accordance with nature. What concern remains for the one who does not come or go? Whether the show is known for what it is or whatever comes is bliss. Okay. Liberation. How does liberation come? Does it come uninvited? No. It comes when one throws away the world and its charms. It comes suddenly, after years of seeking, trial, pain, agony of soul and mind, after thoughts have dropped away and only God and truth are sought. When years of anguish and demons of mind have been traversed with nothing to cling to but the hope and promise of God and truth. When one has receded so far into the heart that there is seeing without seeing and hearing without hearing, when Om is your only inner dialogue and companion, when death comes near and wraps around you like a smothering cloak, and surrender of the body, soul, and mind are given over 100% to the altar of truth, to be slain or preserved. It is not known if heaven or hell awaits, but for truth I give my all, and one is covered over by the darkness, pulled into the ego self, and it is slain. It vanishes, evaporated in a singular light of truth. Then there is no time, no space, only source, essence, a total unknowing, which is the totality of truth, the pregnant void, complete, whole, unchanging, absolute, that which gives light, which is beyond light, forever pure and unbegotten, formless, without height or depth, the substance of God yet beyond God, the core of I am yet beyond I am. The limited mind, stripped bare of all its concepts, cannot hold or conceive of its wonder. The world is so limited, a minuscule reflection. The greatest power is as nothing next to this ever-present, pregnant void. All power is in constant flux, yet this is eternally absolute. Coming back into mind's cognition, no I, as such, remains. Liberation is, life is, reflections, limitations are empty. Only freedom is. The prism of Maya. As a prism divides a ray of light into a spectrum of colors, so does Maya refract and appear to divide the undivisible one into many forms and circumstances. Gain wisdom, not by chasing the reflection, but by dropping it within the source it attempts to mimic. More is gained by throwing away than is ever garnered by gathering. Shanti, Shanti, Om. Grasping mind. Whatever the mind grasps, it finds. It can find misery, gladness, riches, and powers. It can find religion and humility, sainthood, or demons. The only thing the mind cannot create or hold is the absolute. Absolute is beyond mind, which gets the ability to know and create from that which is the untouchable source of all. Why has religion been controlled, dominated, and dogmatized by men? What is it they fear? Does the absolute wear a face? There is no male or female there. O fools of hierarchy, wake up! The women you despise, the bodies you protest, the ones you speak of as being in Maya, is within your own weakness alone, that which you must overcome. The shadowed play of light of devil's advocate. O Judy, you come in shadow play, wearing the mask of Satan to sift that which may be sifted. As Mara, truth arrows with arrows to pierce which may be pierced. As the angel that blows the trumpet to shake foundations that may be shaken. As Kali, to cut that which may be cut. As Lilith, to tempt that which may be tempted. As wrathful Deva, to burn that which may be burnt. Let the secrets of this play now be given in clear light, for you to understand, that has the eyes to see and the ears to hear. In total darkness is ignorance. Light gives rise to light and shadow. The brighter the light, the more readily the shadow is seen and cognized. For light is wisdom and knowledge. Beyond the light and dark is the source, that which is clear, absolute, pure potential, untainted, original mind, essence, and seed of life. Now hear and cognize the answers to this shadow play. Where clinging is not, what may be sifted? Where emptiness is, what may be pierced? Where only primal source remains, what may be shaken? When ego has died, what may be cut? Where desires are not, what may be tempted? When even purity has burnt, only essence remain, what may be refined? When clinging to light and dark, the gunas remain in play. At 0.0 point it falls away. This is the Buddha mind. Okay, this was written in Mexico. Gentle breeze caressing, cool, crisp, soft it touches here and there, enlivening the senses. Leaves dance to its tune, and their motion stirs the heart to joy in celebration. A breakfast banquet is delivered, coffee is savored, pungent yet sweet. Joy is to be found wherever we are in this moment of sacred delight. Such richness is available to one not afraid. It takes opening fully to what is and allowing the beauty to play on the screen of your awareness. Here's another one. This was written in 2006. Looking at a tapestry. What a divine tapestry is woven moment by moment, strand by strand, color by color, sound by sound. What a weaving on the loom of God, unlike man's weaving, which is stagnant with constructed patterns. The weaving of life is ever-changing, fresh, so many sensations balanced one to the other. Stop and take in the panorama of the dance. Let the heart open, and the grace of it all will make itself known. Allow the tapestry of life to weave itself on the loom of your heart. Refreshed by the intense stillness and motion, light, dark perfection in imperfection, unfolding in its own beauty. And so there you have it. Those are some writings from many years ago. Okay. So I hope you've enjoyed those. Namaste. Have a great evening.